Are you curious what it takes to be able to start a nutrition practice of your own? Well, there's definitely some key skills that you'll want to develop to be successful. Start working on these skills now and you won't regret it. Hey folks, I'm Amy Hager. I'm a registered dietitian in private practice. I got into private practice about 10 years after working in a variety of roles. Each of these jobs enhanced my skill set, but there are also some key skills that are not taught in school that you'll want to hone in order to make your business the most successful. So what does it really take to start a nutrition practice? So first off, you'll need to be very organized. More than just being organized in school. That means having multiple systems in place to help keep track of numbers and tasks. For example, tracking business income and expenses is a major one. Tracking your marketing efforts and referrals is another one. And then staying on top of your daily schedule, your to-do list, that is essential in order to stay on top of everything and stay organized. This is all in addition to your client load. That's the work that's not really talked about that you end up doing on a daily basis. Now, number 2, you'll need to be resourceful. When you're a solo business owner, it's a lot different than working with a team. You don't have a manager to ask questions, so it's up to you to find all of your own answers. But you can develop this. Researching online, talking to your peer networking groups, looking at different books and videos, professional groups. There's really so much information out there. The answers are out there. It's just up to you to find them. So if you're not used to finding the answer yourself, you might find a hard transition to working independently in your own business. And so number 3 is you'll need some self-discipline around time management. So 2 keywords there. It's easy to say time management, but really the key element around that is self-discipline. That's what I want to talk about. So since having your own practice implies that you're your own boss, you are the only thing standing in your way from tackling your to-do list and versus scrolling social media in your free time. You will need to exercise self-discipline in order to follow through your daily to-do list day after day when no one is looking. So number 4 is you'll need to practice positivity to increase resiliency. So 2 keywords there. I know it seems a little bit goofy to talk about staying positive, but there is a lot of hurdles, frustrations, and challenges that pop up that will make you want to quit what you're doing. So ask yourself, how do you handle adversity now? When something goes wrong at work, does it ruin your entire day? If it hasn't gotten fixed, does it start to ruin your entire week? How fast do you get over something when you don't have the solution yet? Situations come up like this all of the time when you're working for yourself. And trust me, they hit different when you're the number one person responsible. For example, I got quite frustrated one time when I wasn't able to immediately figure out how to get a particular insurance to pay for my services. And unluckily, when I called customer service, I got a representative who knew even less than I did about the situation. I probably had 10 calls into this insurance company over the course of 2 months before I finally got an answer. One way that I practiced positivity around a super frustrating situation was to just table it for a period of time. I thought, I can't keep working on this or I'm going to continue to get more frustrated. So I just put that problem away, and then in that period of time of 2 weeks, I happened to have taken a vacation, forgot all about it, came back into my regular workflow, and within 2 weeks of coming back to work, the situation had resolved itself. So I no longer had to carry that stress over into my current workday because I got a complete break for it. So the resilience that I'm talking about is to not let frustrations or challenges get the better of you and create more stress than needed. This will drag you down so fast and not just ruin one day, but it can snowball and affect your entire week. And ultimately, it's got that potential to negatively impact your entire business. So number 5 is the last skill I want to talk about today. And the key to starting and maintaining a successful nutrition practice is agility. So I know, what kind of skill is that, right? Does that mean being able to bounce around and do acrobatics? What I mean is the ability to adapt and pivot to constantly changing circumstances. You might get your practice started now and it's going well, and then something will happen, say the pandemic, for instance, which will cause you to need to adjust what you're doing, how you're doing it. Sometimes the change is more subtle, like say your efforts in getting clients isn't panning out. Instead of repeating the same efforts over and over again and getting frustrated and being agile, you can pivot into a new technique, a new strategy, a new effort, and that can help find solutions for you. Agility allows you to change directions, quite possibly discovering a new solution. So I'll give you an example about this. When I was getting started, I was primarily getting referrals for my telehealth business. Then I decided I wanted to increase my efforts to get more clients. So I decided to put an ad in the paper. And so I put an ad in the paper for 4 months, and I kind of watched and I waited, and I'm like, okay, when are the clients coming in? No phone calls. So then I decided to list my practice as a Google business listing. So I created the website, I put it on Google, I filled out all the paperwork, and I sat, and then I waited, and I'm waiting for my referrals to come in. Nothing. Okay, so instead of giving up and wasting more time, I tried to pivot again. Yet again, another approach to getting clients, and I'd heard some dietitians talking about ZocDoc, an online directory. So I said, all right, well, tried a couple things. Let me try this one. And then I made my listing, and then I sat back, and then a week happened. I got nothing. And then suddenly within a span of 6 weeks, got 37 new referrals. And I actually have an entire video review on the platform if you want to search my channel for ZocDoc to tell you more about how that works. But it was a game changer for me. Bottom line is that agility allows you to try new approaches quickly when your current efforts aren't working. So you don't get stuck in a rut, and it keeps you from getting that negative energy, that overall frustration that can really ruin a business. So those are my 5 top skills for succeeding at private practice. Again, these are the types of skills that aren't taught in school. These are the kinds of things you learn as you're an adult, adulting in the world, practicing your career. These skills are the things that are going to get you going further than most people starting out without these skills. Of course, there's a lot of practical skills that it takes to begin a private practice. These are like the essential how-tos. But these are all learnable. You can learn these from a course or a book or a program. And if you're interested in learning more about these, I do have a program to help you get set up for private practice. So definitely check out my website, amyhagerrdn.com. I'll have a link in the video description if you want to learn more about that. But in the meantime, here's to developing the key core skills it takes to be successful in nutrition practice. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to catch the latest video here. And don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more videos on private practice and being self-employed as a dietitian.